Hello everyone and welcome to today's morning report from me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Tech Markets on Monday the 30th of June. The equity markets in the European trading session have opened fairly positively. That's come on back of a slight recovery in Asian trading. The US markets on Friday closed slightly higher as well, so a slight improvement in sentiment as we come into a very important week for the markets. A load of US data that could drive sentiment, and certainly also on the global growth front as well, with the PMI data on Tuesday. But we start off Monday slightly positive territory. The Forex trading is reasonably mixed actually. The dollar is slightly down against the euro and the Swissy, but has made gains against sterling and Aussie and Kiwi as well. So a little bit of a mixed start there for the dollar index, and that's actually shown through with the dollar index chart, which has just slightly just tailed off a little bit, which in its strong move to the downside is slightly just moving sideways early on today. The European data that is this morning is basically just the Eurozone flash CPI data, and that is expected to be just around flat on last month, which was plus 0.5%. The impact of this data is not going to be as important as it has been in recent months, obviously with the market anticipating monetary easing by the ECB in recent months gone by. They've now got that, so it shouldn't cause too much of a stir, but there'll still be a reaction at 10 o'clock, I'd imagine, if there was any sort of surprise to that data. Into this afternoon, you've then got the Canadian GDP for April, and that is forecast to come in at 2.3%, improving from last month's 2.1%. So a nice improvement there expected for Canadian GDP. In terms of our chart of the day, I'm going to be looking at Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has been fairly strong and nicely forming support above this key pivot level of 0.9320. So that has been showing some signs of nice gains with a series of higher lows in place here, which suggests a test of this key dollar high, key high against the dollar, which is 94.61. That was back in April, but certainly at the moment, initial trading, as I said earlier today, is that the dollar has made some slight gains, which has pulled the Aussie slightly down on the day. But what you'd be looking at, I think, is as I said, you've still got this series of higher lows in place, and just recently, in the past month or so, it's been using this 21-day moving average as basic support. That's only around 93.67. So you'd be looking at any sort of downside towards there, which is just around 30 pips away to the downside. Maybe that would be a chance to buy the Aussie, but that's what we'll be looking at. In terms of the momentum indicators, fairly nicely configured actually. You've got the RSI forming support above 50 MACD lines, just still camped in the bullish territory, and also the stochastics as well, fairly nicely positive. You wouldn't really be looking at, I don't think there's much significance of these lower highs on the stochastics, purely because the Aussie has been broadly just trading sideways, and you can probably expect that to happen and without any sort of real concern. In terms of the intraday outlook, as I said, this is on an hourly chart over the past month or so, and it's nicely forming these higher lows, and it's trading back towards that 9400 big figure mark, and which is around about where the longer term hourly moving averages are trading. These momentum indicators have just unwound, although you would probably now point out the fact that the RSI has just drifted off and is the lowest for the past 3 days. So maybe that is suggesting that we are going to get a correction back towards that 21-day moving average, which, as I said, comes in at 93.67. So that's not too far off a bit of a pivot level, which comes in around 93.70. So I think that's a reasonable area to be looking at for a correction and a buy opportunity on this chart. As I would say, this chart is building certainly for a test of that big rally high from the dollar. against the dollar. Anyway, so I wish you good luck in your trading on the dollar today, and I will speak to you later.